Hi guys, I'm Theo, and thanks so much for tuning into this video. If you are new here, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. So guys, I've been having this lingering thought lately when it comes to romantic partnership, and what I've determined is that Jay, you're not lonely, you're just exhausted and tired of doing life alone. And what I mean by that is like, when it comes to like my social aspects, when it comes to like my friends, when it comes to my family, and yes, I'm in a new city, recently moved to DC from LA about 9 months ago, and I'm building my community from the ground up. But I still do not feel lonely. I have coworkers that I vibe with. I have friends from college that live in DC. I do have some gay guy friends that I've been meeting here and there. I take improv comedy classes, which I love. I'm like a social butterfly, so I naturally gravitate towards people. So I don't feel alone. There are things that trigger me, that remind me that I'm someone doing life alone. I feel like so many single people can relate to this. We think that we're craving like this romance, this love and this fairy tale, when honestly a lot of what it is that we are exhausted and tired of doing all these things by ourselves. Your healing, your goals, your day-to-day, everything is on you. So we'll start with career. You're chasing your career. You're studying for exams. You're auditioning. You're interviewing. And you're pushing yourself and driving yourself, and you're relying fully on yourself. And you know, if I don't make this career happen, if I don't get this promotion, if I don't ace this exam, it's all on me. Nobody's gonna save me but me. My dad passed away in 2020. Both my grandmas passed away back to back, 2021 and then in 2023. So yes, I went home to be with my family. I prioritized all the time I could going home and seeing them. But when I would come back, to work and come back to my city, and I'm still grieving, I'm still sad, I'm still all these things. I have to do it alone, in my apartment alone. If I have a moment where my dad reminds me of something or my grandma reminds me of something and I tear up and I cry, I'm doing that alone. Nobody is there to witness what's going on, to give me a hug, to rub my back. And yes, we have friends. And even when I lived in LA, my best friend was down the street. And if I really needed her, I could call her. She would come through. She would be there for me and vice versa. But I still feel like this level of like, okay, I'm crying, I'm upset. Now I gotta pick up a phone, explain to someone what's going on, make sure that they don't worry too much, then so they can come over or I can go over there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a whole process. But when you have a partner, when you have somebody that's a safe space, that understands you, that is there to support you, that's such a level of labor you don't have to deal with if they truly are supportive in that way. Let's talk about errands, y'all. If you have errands to do, and if you work a 9 to 5, even if you work from home most days, you're still a lot of times chained to your desk. You don't have the time to grocery shop. You don't have the time to schedule appointments. So when you do, on like a weekend or your free day, you just pack it with all these errands. You pack it, you have to get this done, you have to get this done, you have to get this done. And it just becomes so overwhelming. Always on you to remember. Because sometimes, you may get a speeding ticket and you may pack it away and forget to pay it. Nobody's there to remind you, did you pay your ticket? That ticket you got? They can help you stay on top of things. Everything doesn't rely on you. If you did forget something for that recipe you wanted to make tonight, babe, can you go out and get the seasoning for me? Or babe, can you go out and get the asparagus, please? Like, I feel like those are the things that I feel like I crave and want in my life right now. But it's not that I'm like, oh my God, depressed and lonely. No, I just don't feel like doing all these errands by myself. I don't feel like always feeling like the weight of the world on me. I don't feel like having to get back in my car when I forget something and it all is on me. Sometimes those moments are just very decapitating. I don't know if that's the right word, but very much like it. Sometimes it's just the straw that breaks the camel's back and you're over it. And I feel like a lot of that would be alleviated if you have that partner, if you have that person to offset all of this labor, which leads to your intense exhaustion. And even small things, like I love watching TV. I love watching reality TV. I love talking about TV. So when I'm watching something and something's entertaining or it's funny or it's wild and I can't speak to someone in the moment, that's moments where I'm just like, dang, I wish somebody was here. And it doesn't feel like loneliness. It's one of those things where it's just like, I just wish somebody was here. And I feel like there is a difference. There's a difference from being like, I'm lonely, I don't have anyone. I feel this ache to be social. I feel this ache for companionship, all these things. No, I'm having a moment. It's funny. And I just kind of wish there was somebody here to share it with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sad in that moment. I'm literally laughing still. I'm enjoying the moment. It's just like, dang. Or I have a thought. I kind of speak to myself and I'm like, dang, I wish somebody was here to challenge that thought or let me know, or do they agree? Do they disagree? So many ways to look at the things that can trigger us to be like, am I lonely? Or am I just craving that partnership to help beat out the exhaustion and the triggers that I have about doing life alone? And one thing I really feel like that triggers me, and I'm sure you guys can relate, is when I'm sick. I don't get sick often, thank God, I do not. But y'all, when I'm sick, I am just like out of it. Like I have to be in bed. Like I can barely get up to get water. I have to crawl to the bathroom. I'm like, there's like snot, Kleenex everywhere. My room's a mess. My kitchen's a mess. Everything. And like, I'm calling my mom, making sure like, okay, mom, what should I get? What should I get? What do I need to order? And yes, we have DoorDash and all those things now for medicine. We have DoorDash and stuff, but you can't DoorDash medicine, I don't think. And sometimes you're just so sick, you cannot get on the elevator, you cannot get out of your bed to walk and meet somebody for a delivery. You know, and as I said, when I lived in LA, my friends, we would help each other when we're sick. But if you're sick and your friend's at work all day, you're not gonna get that orange juice. You're not gonna get that soup to the end of the day. And I'm not saying that your partner wouldn't have to go to work either, but if they wake up with you, they know that you're sick, they're gonna go out and get those things before the day starts, or they're gonna come in between their lunchtime. They're just gonna prioritize you in a way that is super helpful, because it's scary being sick by yourself. It really is. Like when you really are going through it, you do not know what's wrong. If somebody was there, especially from an emergency standpoint and the health standpoint, it would just be reassuring, because it really is hard to do things when you're sick. Like, I remember I had the stomach flu in LA once. I used to get the stomach flu all the time. Hated it. I was living by myself in the jungle. I was in the jungle, y'all, in a studio apartment in my mid-20s, y'all. I know, don't want to talk about it. I need to get medicine. I have the stomach flu. I'm crawling to the bathroom to throw up. I'm calling my mom. And at the time, my best friend didn't live there. I like moved to LA by myself, was still getting to know people. Y'all, it was so rough. I literally felt like I was dying. My mom was so concerned. She's calling me all the time. I gotta answer the phone. Y'all, I was dazed and confused. I would wake up, I'm like, what day is it? Then I gotta make sure I call my office and tell them I'm not coming in. I'm still sick. I have to go get this doctor's note. I have to Uber myself to urgent care, y'all. I'm in pain. Like, y'all, the Uber driver has to help me get out the car. Just too much. So yeah, being sick is what really triggers me and just shows me that yes, like partnership, a romantic support system, somebody who's just really there for you is really what I'm looking for. Someone to assist and help and make day-to-day things easier and better. So all to say, it offers more understanding of how I actually feel. So when I'm dating and I'm connected with men and I'm going out and all these things, I can better for myself understand and articulate what I need. Because I feel like when you understand you're not lonely, you want support in your life, you can better explain that to people and you can better articulate that these are your needs. I really want someone to support me in this life thing. I'm not just looking for somebody to fill a space. I'm just not looking for somebody else to be a burden. Because a lot of times you can date somebody and they become your burden. You become the parent. I feel like it should be a very mutual. We are supporting, we are helping each other, we are partners. It's a partnership because it should be a mutual, equal understanding that we are assisting and supporting each other. Because as I said before, love is a verb. It's based on how you act and how you support. I also really want to start this conversation because I feel like the world we're in right now really glamorizes independence and being by yourself, and you don't need nobody. You can go no contact. You don't need your mama, you don't need your brother, you don't need your friend. Like, I feel like independence is like forced upon us right now, and it's very glamorized. And I think people are really trying to make light of the lack of community we have in the world. And I'm just being realistic. I can't change the world, but I can work with a partner to better our lives. Interdependence is the key. You do need someone. You should rely on yourself. You should be there for yourself. You should be able to take care of yourself. But there are times where support is necessary for you to live your life and for you to thrive. We deserve support physically, emotionally, all the things. And I just want us to remember that, even from family. One reason I left LA to move to DC is because I want to be closer to my family. I love my family. We are a vibe. We can get messy and can become drama-filled at times, don't get me wrong, but I love them people. And I realize when I go home, when I'm around them, even when there's drama, I just love being around my family. I just love connecting with them. I just love seeing my nieces and nephews grow. I love bonding with my mom and my siblings. And I was like, I need that in my life. I cannot continue to live in LA, be 6 hours away from them. When tragedy happens, I'm crying on a plane, I'm stressed, I'm spending $1,000 to get back home. It just was like, you know what? I need my family. I need to be closer. I need to be able to jump on a plane and be an hour away. I need to be able to go home for a weekend. And I feel like it's already made me feel so much better just knowing that my family is so close. So I just want to challenge the glamorization of independence. I want to challenge us being so quick to do no contact and to cut people off. I think there's value in connection, there's value in community, But with all that being said, we can't change the world. And I think what you can control is what partners you choose. You can't control the energy you bring into your home. And I think we just need to think about that more and think about what the root is that we need when it comes to partnership, to understand that we are doing this together, we are supporting each other, we are working together, and we are looking at love as a verb. To always be self-sufficient, to always be the strong one, to always be able to handle this hiccup, to handle this issue. Like, sometimes you just don't got it. And I realized that for myself. Sometimes I just don't have it. And as someone who deals with his own mental health issues, with depression and anxiety and things like that, I feel like I have to understand when I don't have it. I think we need to be more conscious of our independence. Also, I just think we as humans, we just desire doing life things and experiences with other people. Hey, I'm all for a solo trip. If you can rock it and you can vibe it, I'm all for it. And it's on my bucket list one day to do a true solo trip. But y'all, at the end of the day, a lot of the experience I enjoy when I do them with others, especially if it's something that's like liberating or just like so amazing. When I skydived twice, I did it with a group of my friends, both times. And it just makes the experience so much doper. I feel like it's just such a connection bonding moment that I feel like it just changes you. And I feel like even when you experience things with a partner, you go on a trip with a partner, and you get to experience each other together, and you get to see how someone vibes, you get to see how someone ticks, you get to explore together, eat together, do all these things together. I feel like it's just such a beautiful moment. So hopefully I didn't preach too much on this video. This has been on my heart, and I'm speaking to you, but I'm also speaking to myself. I am not lonely. I'm just exhausted of doing this life alone, and that is okay. It is okay to want a person. It is okay to want community. It's okay to want a romantic partnership. It is okay. Independence is great, but interdependence is even greater. And we should all have a safe haven, whether it's a friend, a family, or a lover. Let's all continue to do our part to build better community, to build deeper connections, to plan that event, to make that phone call. Because the way this world is going, the way this country is going, we are gonna need each other more than we think. And as we age, especially gay men, we have a lonely epidemic as we age. I've talked about this on my channel before, but once you reach 45, there is a lonely epidemic that happens because our community does not cherish older generations, and it becomes a very lonely, depressive period for a lot of older gay men. So let's combat that. Build those connections now, build those communities now, and if he can't be your man, can't be your lover, maybe he can be your best friend. So if this hit home for you, definitely drop a comment and let me know, how do you cope and deal with this exhaustion of living life alone? Do you relate to the things I said? What steps are you taking to build your community? Please let me know, drop in the comments. I would love to discuss it with you. Lastly, if you are new here and you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe. As always, stay safe, stay positive, and I will see you guys on the next video.